In 1983, a 17-year-old girl named Juliane Koepcke was on a flight over the Peruvian jungle with her mother, Maria, when their plane suddenly disintegrated in midair. Juliane was the only survivor and found herself still strapped to her seat, falling 2 miles through the air. She later recalled feeling a sense of weightlessness and seeing the plane's wreckage scattered below her. Miraculously, she landed on a thick layer of vines and survived with only minor injuries, including a deep gash on her leg and a broken collarbone. But that was just the beginning of her ordeal. Juliane was left alone in the middle of the jungle, surrounded by dense foliage and no sign of civilization. She had no food, no water, and no shelter. She spent 11 days in the jungle, fending off insects and wild animals and struggling to come to terms with the trauma she had experienced. She had no idea if anyone was even looking for her or if she would ever be rescued. Juliane later described the experience as being in a nightmare that you can't wake up from. On the 11th day, she stumbled upon a small hut belonging to a group of local loggers. They were shocked to see her, as they had been searching for the plane wreckage and had given up hope of finding any survivors. The loggers took Juliane in and cared for her, feeding her and treating her injuries. But here's the craziest part. Juliane's mother, Maria, who had been on the plane with her, had been killed in the crash. But Juliane didn't find out until she returned to civilization. And get this, the loggers who had taken her in had actually been searching for the plane wreckage and had found her mother's body just a few miles away from where Juliane was staying. They had been too afraid to tell Juliane, fearing it would be too much for her to handle. Eventually, Juliane was reunited with her father, who had been searching for her and her mother. He had given up hope of finding either of them alive, and the reunion was emotional, to say the least. Juliane later described it as a mix of happiness and sadness, knowing that my mother was gone, but I was alive. Juliane's story is a testament to the human spirit and its ability to persevere in the face of unimaginable adversity. She has written a book about her experience, When I Fell from the Sky, and has become a motivational speaker, sharing her story with people around the world.